Alright guys, what's up? This is Bacon and I'm back with another video on Java's beginner lesson, and today we're going to talk about objects, right? So I was talking about objects in the previous classes, and today I'm going to give you a big overview, actually a nice overview over what are objects. So let's go, and as I told you guys earlier, objects are nothing but just identities you make, like objects like a phone, a dog. Even a dog is an object, so pretty much the same thing. And okay, alright, so let's go and start with our object. How do we make an object? The first thing that we do is I'm gonna write this down somewhere. Wait, yeah, here. Yeah, so how do we make an object? The first thing you do is write your class name. Alright, then the next thing you give some space, one space, and then you write your object name. So suppose I may want to make my object name as obj or whatever. That's your object name, so I'm just gonna write object name, and then we make it equal to new. This is a keyword that we have to use. Okay, I'm gonna elaborate on this. What is new? And of course, again, your class name and your parentheses and then semicolon. So if we follow this pattern, we can successfully make an object. So let me go ahead and just show you something. So I made my class name. Now I want to keep my object's name as s equals new class name. So I have my student over here. Oh my god, so I just created class name. Now let me go ahead and make something. Now what are the things that a student has? So what are the properties of the student? Okay, number one, he may have an ID. So let me just put an int ID, and of course he has a name, right? And let me just keep it simple by taking two things, right? So let me put ID equals 10 and name equals Bacon. Wow, such a nice student. Now yeah, so now what are we gonna do? In order to use an object and print out the things, what do? We do system.out.println. okay, and what we do is we put the object's name dot whatever you want. So oh, it already popped up for me. So ID. So if I put ID over here, it's gonna be like, okay, so I made an object called student that is for s, and oh, alright, so this guy needs an ID. So if I want to print out the ID, this is how I'm gonna do it. And let me just go ahead, actually leave it. Let me just go ahead and copy this because I'm lazy. Whoa, someone's at my door. But then yeah. And now s dot name is my current name. So let me just go and run this out of the simple program. Alright guys, so this is my output. So I have 10 as my ID, I already thought, and Bacon is my name. So this is a very small thing to conquer. Now let me go ahead and tell you what all of this means. So whenever you use this line, okay, what does this mean? So what's the JVM gonna say to this? The JVM is gonna be like, alright, so this is a student, okay, this is my class name, this is my object, alright, so I have an object, and equals to, and then when the JVM, that is the compiler that reads your code, okay, that is gonna be like, oh, the word new is over here. So whenever there's a word new, it's gonna just allocate a memory, allocate a place in the memory. So let me just go write it down. New keyword is used to allocate a place in the memory. Alright, so simple enough. And then student. So this is how we do it, and I think it's pretty simple. Now what else can we do? Let me make another method. Okay, so this is public static void okay, let me see, get info. Okay, so I'm gonna get the information of the student, and we just keep it plain over here. And I can be like system.out line. So whenever I invoke a method called getInfo, it should print out the wait, let me just go make another item over here. So let me just make a roll number. Whoa, roll number. Okay, now let me keep it as 02 for simplicity. So whenever I'm gonna invoke the getInfo function, what's gonna happen is I would need an output as roll number plus, now I'll need something called as a roll number. Now over here, what's the problem? Now in order to why is this red thing coming? It says let me just go over it. It says create field roll number. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna teach you guys about this in the later classes. So just remember, put a static. So outside any main method, just put a static if you want to use it in any other method. So roll number, and here's my space plus my name. Alright, so again I'm gonna make the static. Alright, so this is pretty simple. Now how do you invoke it using something called as an object? So I create another object if I want to. So student s1 equals new student. Simple. It's pretty simple. And after I made this, I can be like s1 dot get info, right? So this is gonna invoke a method, and just make sure you spell that wrong. And now let me go and run this out. So what's gonna happen is I have 10. Okay, I have 10 over here that comes from here. I have a name over here, and I have 2 space bacon, which is from here. So this is how you invoke a method. But now let's say you want something else. You want to do it some other way. So how do we do that? Okay, I'm gonna make something called as int marks. It's just an example. Let's say this guy scored 99 out of 100, and int position in the class. So let's say he's second. Wow, competition. So so how are we gonna do this? Now let me make another method just to simplify. Oh wait, I'll do it here. So over here I have, let me go ahead and make it so I can be like private static void let me say display info. Yeah, that's a nice name. Okay, and over here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna invoke the 2 things called marks and position. Now after we've displayed the info, what we're gonna do is we're gonna input them. So I'm gonna be like int m for marks and int p for position. So you directly cannot write over here just marks comma position. You need to make new variables to transfer the data. So I've made my method over here, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be like marks equals m and position equals p, right? Now after I'm done doing this, now the m has marks value and p has positions value. Okay, now when I'm gonna print it out, let me keep it let me make it a better place. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna invoke it like this. I will put the value of marks and positions through my object. So I can be like student s1, let me make another object. Over here I've made an s2 object, so s2 dot display info. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these information. Okay, so I'm gonna be like, it's gonna take an integer and an integer. So I'm gonna be like marks is 99 comma position is 2. When I'm gonna run this, I see that, oh, I forgot to print it out. So when we print this out again, we have our answer. We have wait, I got this. Yeah, we got 99 and 2. So these are the 2 ways we can do this. Anyways, I'm running out of time, so I'll talk to you guys about this in the later classes. Till then, don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you next time.